So I only recorded the last 10 minutes of this run, not ideal, I know, but luckily this was also the run where I finally managed to beat the graveyard. At this point the build was already pretty strong, there were enemies everywhere, a lot of things happening on the screen. Honestly, I was mostly trying to survive and not ruin everything at the end. The run had been going well, but in Megabonk that does not always mean much. You can feel completely overpowered for a few minutes and then suddenly everything goes wrong. So even though the damage was good, I still wasn't completely confident. There were moments where I could barely see my character, the screen was full of enemies, effects, numbers, basically just chaos. But somehow the build kept working, and that is probably the best part of Megabonk. You start with something that feels quite weak, little by little it turns into this completely ridiculous build that destroys almost everything around you. At least until the game decides that you have had enough fun. Near the end, I was mostly focused on keeping my distance and letting the build do the work. I did not want to take an unnecessary risk because I had already come this far. Losing the run in the final minutes would have been painful. And then after all that, I actually did it. The graveyard was finally complete. I wish I had recorded the full run, especially the beginning and all the upgrades that made the build work, but at least I managed to record the most important part. The final 10 minutes, the chaos, the moment I finally cleared the level. Honestly, I'm still learning the game. I'm sure this was not the best build possible, but it worked. And that is enough for me. Now I just need to see how much harder the next level is going to be. Let me know if you have already completed the graveyard and what build you use. And subscribe if you want to see more Megabonk and other games in the channel.
If you like the show, subscribe.